Hello everybody and welcome, I'm Common and Cam, and today we're going to be ranking every Airachnid design from worst to best.
Time for humankind to feel my sting.
Debuting in the Transformers Prime cartoon series in 2011, Airachnid has quickly made her way from small screen to big screen with the recent Transformers 1 movie. She's a terrifying and cruel Decepticon who has actually had more designs than you think.
You mean my trophies?
Now yes, originally I was going to combine her with Black Arachnia, but in the editing process I didn't like how I combined them, so for the sake of a video I'm going to ditch that idea. A Black Arachnia video will come, but in the future. So without further ado,
Take a seat, sit back, and enjoy the horror show.
for the highest tier, it of course had to be
Devoted servants, the time has come for the ultimate retribution.
Now for the second highest tier,
That's intense.
You can't win, Miner. I see everything.
and now for the middle tier.
You brought a new partner for me to snuff.
That would be Bulkhead.
Who asked you?
Now for the second lowest tier.
I said don't break her.
Relax. I'm being very gentle.
And now finally, for the worst design,
I'll tear out your spark for that. I yield.
First up is of course the Transformers Prime design. What a way to debut a character. In the episode Predatory, I was scared. What a menacing design. Very inspired from Maleficent, I can see the similarities they went with there. I don't think this design though would have been complete without the incredible voice acting by Gina Torres. She does such a fantastic job by giving you this cold but very sinister, villain. It's very clear why she doesn't get along well with other Decepticons. It was always a treat to see her clash with Breakdown, and I was actually excited when she joined the Decepticons. It was just a shame that that ended in shambles, and her character arc in the end ended in shambles as well. I mean, I was always gutted that Airachnid never appeared in any way in the Transformers Robots in Disguise series. That was just a great setup for the next episode, but nothing happened, and it's such a shame. I'm still gutted to this day that we never got a conclusion. I guess you could look at it as a conclusion in some sort of way that she finally got her comeuppance, which is like, alright, fine, maybe that could be the end, but I just felt like there could have been another story there. Regardless, she was such a great foe for RC in the show, and her design is just wow. I love it. I love the spider-like features. So for anyone who needs it clearing up, it's spelled Airachnid, not Arachnid, like the animal. Yeah, so it's still daft, I know, but it's just a play on words, obviously she's got spider-like features, but she's not actually a spider, because her alt mode in the show is a helicopter. Which is strange because Agent Fowler is in a Bell 212, but when she scans it, she transforms into an RAH-66 Comanche, which is a stealth helicopter. Which actually looks pretty sweet, but the detail is sort of lost on Airachnid here.
Your chosen vehicle mode lacks thrust.
Are you going to preen or are you going to guide?
I mean, she had to transform into something normal, right? She's not going to transform into an actual spider. But whenever I think of Airachnid, I never think of her helicopter mode. Regardless, even though I'm not a big fan of it, I still think the design overall is fantastic, and it of course belongs in the highest tier.
Well, you're a smart bot.
Which is why it's a shame that Hasbro have never been able to pull off this design in toy form. We've got Cyberverse and the original Robots in Disguise Deluxe class, and there's no excuse in the Deluxe class. It looks a bit terrible.
A bit?
I remember almost buying this, but the reviews were so bad I just decided not to. The Cyberverse one looks more competent, but you could just tell that Hasbro struggled on both of these when integrating that backpack.
That information is need to know, and right now, you don't.
But many years later, a third-party company, APC Toys, managed to figure it out and give us the Night Countess Airachnid, which is just a step up for sure. This is a huge upgrade. I am very tempted to get this in the future. I've heard great reviews about it. Looks really sweet, really accurate and faithful to the show itself. And yeah, just seeing her in her hunter mode looks so cool, so badass. Now with Airachnid becoming a popular character, she did get her own Creo. Now I'm going to rank the toy and the manga version separately because, well, the toy is what it is, it's fine, it's cute, whatever. But I think the manga version is just 10 times more adorable. It's just so cute, so sweet. I couldn't put her in the lowest tier when she's pulling that face. Now Airachnid did cameo in the My Little Pony crossover. We don't get to see the whole design, we only see her helicopter mode and a little bit of her robot mode. You know, she's just striking a pose. Of course it's very faithful to Prime, but it's very different in small ways. It serves its purpose, that's about it.
Don't get your turbines in a twist. After all, the beast and I are somewhat related.
What definitely serves a purpose is the IDW Airachnid design by Alex Milne.
Be still, my beating spark.
This is just wow, she is an absolute unit. Those spider legs are really intense, a very much more direct reference to Maleficent with that head design. She has 2 modes, she has a flight mode which looks absolutely badass, definitely better than Prime's design, but then we have a spider mode where, yeah, let's just make her a spider, and a very terrifying spider at that. That face design is so creepy. What can I say? It's beautiful. I do find the spider legs at the back a little bit too complicated. Like when I was making the thumbnail for this video, I had to eliminate some of those legs at the back because it can look sort of cluttered. But that doesn't stop it from being such a badass design. Not the best though is the Angry Birds one. What can I say? This is just the RC bird with Airachnid colours. I mean, they got the spider legs right, which is cool, but they could have changed that face design.
I really should eviscerate you for that.
Now, interestingly enough, in the Transformers Star Trek crossover, Airachnid did get a Generation 1 inspired like design, which, I mean, yeah, I can imagine her looking like this in Generation 1. A very more simplified design, with the head design being very similar but very different as well. I do like the yellow gold at the back. It almost enters Nightbird territory just a little bit. She's still a helicopter, so still true to her original Prime design, but it's more blank than ever. I mean, at least I've seen it, and I see everything.
Whatever.
Now let's talk about the recent Transformers 1 movie where I was so happy to see a Transformers Prime character in a Transformers film, and what a great pick. Her design was done by Beth Christensen, and what a fantastic job. This captures the essence of Transformers Prime, but something unique and brand new at the same time. With the whole film's aesthetic being very Generation 1 inspired, you can look at this as a G1 inspired Airachnid. I think it does it 10 times better than the Star Trek crossover. Her voice actor Vanessa Langori does a really good job, but I really want to hear more of that voice, so here's hoping that she does appear in the sequels. One thing that was definitely intense is her head vision mode, her dozens of eyes inside her head. Yeah, she sees everything alright. They really did integrate this well with the plot in exposing Sentinel. This solution and model was created by Jason Schreier and Gerald D. Jesus. You could say that this lingers a bit too much on the spider-like features, but I think it's badass. It's okay with having a gimmick. I mean, her alternate mode I think is a lot better than the Transformers Prime design. It's a drone, but it also pays tribute to that helicopter design. It just makes it look better. It's just poetic that his greatest and most loyal henchman resulted into his downfall. Here's hoping her Studio Series toy will finally give us a good Airachnid toy, because the cog changer is not good.
Engage all hostiles. I've got the bridge.
Yes, even though she turns into a drone in the film, her toy line and concept art feature a mechanical spider as her alternate mode. Which I'm glad that they abandoned, because then they'd have to do the whole explanation of spiders on Cybertron. She was just intended to have spider-like features, which is what separated her from Black Arachnia. Now let's talk about some fan art, because I want to celebrate some great artwork out there. And we've got some adorable designs by Lee H14028 and DKDK1. Really great. I really like what Lee has done with the Transformers 1 Airachnid. She looks so miserable though, bless her. This one is just super adorable. I love those eyes. Really cute, really nice. And with DK's, really nice looking design. I love it. If it lives, I can kill it. Very nice. The proportions remind me of Slipstream a little bit from the Robots in Disguise cartoon. Moving on to Doe Chops' design, I love the dead arm look that Airachnid has got here. Kinda looks like a zombie just a little bit. I like all of the alt mode parts on the feet, and especially the arms and shoulders. Really sweet, and the same goes for Kindness 681. I do like that the front of the helicopter is really well integrated in the chest. And I don't know if it's just me, but this design gives me Lugia vibes from Pokemon. Another great design by the Hollow Knight once again. I love the detail all over this design, and the green works well with the black. Yeah, I think that works super well. I can imagine the Prime design working with green. What also works really well is God of Creating's design. Wow, those spider legs are really intense. I like the pattern that they make behind her. Very much a humanoid inspired design, but I like it. I like that head design, really nice. Those eyes, wow, they're so menacing. She looks very devious for sure. And her long ass fingers are really cool. Also really cool is Arbumera's Arachnid, which takes that Black Arachnia animated design and reworks it for Arachnid, and they're using the Creo as a base model, and I think it works really cool. Definitely an improvement over the Creo. I like that head design. If she was going to be an animated, I imagine her definitely looking like this. Much like Animated's Black Arachnia, she was going to be an Autobot in Shan Art's design, and yeah, very scary looking Autobot. We can see her transformation into this, wow, it's very much like Alien. From the movie Alien, and I like it. I like that hybrid sort of combination there, and that tentacle thing that's on the back of her head that's like a camera of sorts. Really menacing, really cool. Are we sure she's a good guy? I'm just trying to say, she is very terrifying as an Autobot, and I love it. Finishing off the fan art section are these two fantastic designs of the Transformers 1 Arachnid. We have Draw's Rata and then Pyto XD. Really cool. I like what Rata has done here. Given a very Nightmare Before Christmas vibes, that head design is so psychotic looking. I love Tim Burton's style, and I love this. I would actually get this as a painting. That's how much I really like this design. And what Pyto's done in combining the Transformers Prime with the Transformers 1 design is really cool. Very cute, very adorable. Those eyes are just drawn so perfectly. She's not supposed to be adorable, but she looks it here for sure. All of these fan arts are fantastic, so every single one of them belongs in the highest tier. There is no particular order to this. They all stand alongside with each other. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to cover every single Arachnid design that was submitted on Twitter. Unfortunately, my schedule is in a little bit of a rush, so I wasn't able to cover every single one. So yeah, I deeply apologize because of this. There are just so many great fan arts. There's so many as well. I just wouldn't be able to cover them all in time. I'm definitely going to work on giving you guys a heads up beforehand because I know this was very late, but because I was originally going to combine these two, I thought I would give myself more time, but considering my schedule, I just thought I'd get Arachnid done now while I have the bigger characters set up for the end of the month. But yeah, thank you all for submitting your artwork. It really means the world, and it's so great to always see fantastic artwork on my feed. And there we have it, guys, every Arachnid design ranked from worst to best. Of course, let me know which is your personal favourite in the comment section below. I don't think that'll be hard to narrow down, but hey, this gives hope for other characters that don't have as many designs to get a video in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching. I've been Comedy Cam, and until the next video, goodbye.